Hello everyone and welcome back to the journey. As we are done with the European season, it is time for the flyaway races, the first of which is the Singapore Grand Prix, the longest race in Formula 1, of course, under the lights in the streets of Singapore. We have qualified on pole position, which is always quality. Jenson Button, Lewis Hamilton directly behind, Mark Webber, Kamui Kobayashi, absolutely fantastic qualifying. Same detail with Nico Hülkenberg up there in 8th position. Fernando Alonso not having quite the solid run as he'd had in qualifying before. And of course, remember that we are battling with him for second of the championship. He is currently second. We've been dropped down to third. Another poor qualifying for Felipe Massa. On to the final page where there is absolutely no major shocks. Let's get ready for the Singapore Grand Prix. So, obviously pole position. Hamilton is just behind us. Let's see if we can go and win the Singapore Grand Prix. We've had a good run since we've... Oh, that's a terrible start. Oh, that's a really bad start. I was going to say we had a good run since, obviously, the mid-season break and that disastrous Hungarian Grand Prix. Oh, I had someone nearly driving to the back of me. I think it might have been the Force India there of... Hülkenberg. I was trying to get the up and under there on Hamilton. Yeah, since that Hungarian Grand Prix, which was an absolute disaster, we've actually run quite well. Come on, we can get Hamilton here. Have it, son. Ooh. Bit of a slide. Through the Singapore sling. Well, and now we've completely messed up this section. Nice one. Obviously, we really are focused on not only beating Hamilton, but also beating Alonso as well, who is now ahead of us in the championship. We are third in the championship. Button is checking out, which is concerning. Let's dig deep and try and get after him as we run under the grandstand. Oh, it's a bit of a cut, that'll do.
We think it'll stay dry for the whole race.
Yep, it should do. Should be dry all this one, which is good. Whoa, damn it. Got on the curb and slid a little, just over driving it. Kobayashi is really keeping up with us, as is one of the Force Indias, which must be Hülkenberg, because let's be honest, Paul's a bit mid. Although, didn't he finish fourth in this race in real life? Oh, the understeer there, man. Should really have dropped it to second, but damn. We're closing back up the button here. Okay. Yeah, we're nearly closing up to the end of our career. Okay, we pulled out a decent amount there on Hamilton. It's up to 1.6 behind. But we really need to close up the button. Who's just made an absolute mess of T3. As did we, but not quite as bad. Come on, we are definitely in this the hunt for victory here. Oh, and Hamilton's broken away from Kobayashi. So we're keeping the gap to Hamilton, which is the important bit for now. I really don't like how tight this corner is now. Oh, it was, as in, you know what I mean? I know I've spoken about that the last couple of years that we've raced around it, but the modern variant where you run out wide is so much better, which I think comes in next year. If I remember correctly, that was 2013, because it was the same year they removed the sling.
Hamilton should be due to pit within the next 2 laps.
So Hamilton's coming in soon. Oh, did not want that gear. Yeah, Hamilton's coming in fairly soon, which is fine. I've told race engineer boy that we're going for a couple, as in a couple over the recommended pit, which I think was end of 6. So I put it to the end of 8, but we'll see what the tyre life is like. Whoa, careful. That was an absolute mess. All this talk of pulling away from Hamilton and all that has just gone up in smoke. He is right with us now. It's a good sign of that. Come on, Lewis. Find yourself. Find yourself, mate. We've got to focus. I find it so hard to get in a rhythm in this game. Okay, that was a second slower than we should have been. Which is bad, but not a disaster. Let's turn up the engine. Try and close back down again. Maybe even set the fast lap on the way to it. Could do it here. Haha. Classic. Kobayashi's doing so well. Again, I think it is Kobayashi. No, it is definitely. Kobayashi. That was not good.
Hamilton slowly catching you.
Well, I can feel it, mate. I can feel he is. Thank you. Just need to get rid of it. It's consistency we're lacking here more than anything else, which has been a problem all season. But it's fine. I believe. I believe. It's just we're at the point in the season where we really need to be outscoring Hamilton by a lot. Then again, Fernando at this point in real 2012 had a big lead. But it was here where a 4-race victory streak started for Vettel as Button comes into the pit lane. So we take over the lead. Yeah, Vettel won here. And then, obviously, Japan, Korea, and then India. Which is what put him in contention properly for the championship again. And then he ended up winning. Well, we did take the fastest lap randomly. Nice one. So we can pit this lap or we can stay out for a little bit longer. We'll see what the sector times are like. And we'll make our decision based on that. Or rather, more based on, you know, feel and such. I mean, they're looking pretty worn. So this probably would be the optimal lap to pit. And I did see that Raikkonen's already pitted. So I think, yeah, we're just going to go for it. I don't think going one longer from here is going to give us anything. Right, into the awful pit lane. Nice one. Nice, thanks, game. Game caught me there. We were definitely speeding in the entry to pit lane there. Bingo. I hate the pit entry here. And the exit, actually. It's just an awful pit lane. Right, stick them on, let's go. Okay, decent stop. Look at the gap we pulled on Hamilton. Where's Button? Is that Button coming now? Or is that De Resta? It is De Resta. Right, not battling for position. Here's Button. Hello. Oh, whoops. Got on the curb. Get straight back into the slipstream. That was just cold tyres, bad driving. Speaking of which. Don't drive into the wall. Why? Gents, mate. What are you doing, son?
Looks like the car behind has a small amount of damage to his front.
Yeah, and he did it to himself. We had a look and he just drove straight into the wall. Oh, Lewis. But I remember the Bahrain Grand Prix earlier on in the year where Button had front wing damage and it didn't seem to matter. Let's turn that engine down. I mean, realistically, we don't want any damage for Button because I don't want Hamilton outscoring Button. Even though they would probably switch them around now. Well, eventually, anyway. Oh, it's a Brit 1, 2, 3, 4. Because obviously Paul. The legend of Paul Di Resta. Still got plenty of fuel to burn, but hopefully we'll just hold fire on it for now. He is right on me, though. That's for sure. Paul's in the pit lane. So we're pushing hard here. Hamilton's closing in as well. That was so bad, Lewis. So bad. And Hamilton sets the fastest lap. See how fast McLaren is a straight line. Again, it is quite hard to pass Singapore. Just took a nice defensive line there. Nice and easy on the brakes as well. Like I said, if this was IRL, they would surely switch to Team McLarens. Just to guarantee the position for Hamilton. Fastest lap, nice one. Good timing on it. Then again, it was Whitmarsh behind the wheel of the team around this point, wasn't it? So you never know. Who knows what would have happened? Once again, going for the fastest lap. Starting to feel a little bit more confident in it now. It's really now just about staying away from the walls. Not Lando Norris in it, you know. Getting too close to him. Creating the risks. As he says, nearly driving into the wall. Oh. Whoa. Whoops. That was concerning. Just absolutely slid out from under me. It's very weird. Well, and again. Double check that everything's alright.
You have a 2-second gap to the car behind.
I think it's just my own driving. Oh, they're a little cold. But I'm definitely closed in that. Oh, maybe not actually. Definitely thought the gap was under 2 seconds. Careful. Stop sliding it at that corner, you absolute muppet. Didn't even realise they've only got 2 laps to go after this. I've just been kind of zoning in. I was going to turn the engine up with 3 laps to go, like based on what we've got fuel-wise. I just completely forgot. Careful. That was very close to the wall. Oh, not quite the fast. Genuinely, I thought I was going to be the fastest lap then. They've had a terrible lap behind. Oh, what's happened to Kobayashi? What's happened to the group behind? I was so focused on that. Kobayashi's coming to the pit lane, I think. He must have done. Absolutely no idea what's gone on. I had no idea then as to who's in 4th. Surprised there wasn't a safety car if there was a big crash or anything. Unless, I say, maybe he's just coming to the pit lane. The only reason I'm not sure about that is because he definitely had the pace early on in the race. But look at how far Button and Hamilton are ahead. There you go, more yellow flags. There's definitely something happening back there. Someone's off just over there on the left. And we've got some lap traffic not too far ahead. Might not catch them though. Hulkenberg's the one in 4th now. I know, mate. I know he is. On to the last lap of the race then. And so, like I said, we've had some good pace around here before. And we are looking to hold that right now. Careful. Brilliant. Again, why do I say these things? Seriously, what's wrong with me? What is wrong with my brain? To be fair, they were so far behind. Actually, it's not too big of a deal, is it? That was a Lando Norris moment, though. It's one of the Caterhams. Nice one. Good line. I probably am the worst driver ever to have won races. If this was real. This would be an 11th race victory in 52 races. Absolutely the worst, best driver of all time. Oh, God. Least apexes hit on the way to 11 victories. Right, final corner. And it is going to be another victory. Great, just like in Spa, nearly thrown it away at the last. Brilliant. But thankfully, we didn't throw it away, and we do take yet another victory. It is our 3rd of the season ahead of Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton making an all-Brit podium. Nico Hulkenberg, 4th position, his best race finish since the 2010 Australian Grand Prix. Obviously, that back in the journey where he finished in 4th position for the Williams team. Back here, Felipe Massa, Nico Rosberg outside of the points-paying positions with 11th and 12th, all quite close. Narain Carter-Kane beating the Battle of the Bandits there in what is basically Formula 1.5. Back here, returns to the race, Kamui Kobayashi, big shame for him. Sebastian Vettel retiring from a 3rd race in 4 races. Absolutely crazy for him. Over into the standings then, we retake over 2nd position in the championship ahead of Fernando Alonso after not a great race for him. No other switches outside of that, and still no position switches in the Constructors' Championship either, but we are closing in on Ferrari. Next time we'll be going to the Japanese Grand Prix. Just 6 races left to go in 2012. Can we catch Hamilton? Can we win the championship? Can we finish 2nd in the teams? There's so much to play for.